The best thing about being a koi enthusiast is that there are just so many koi varieties, each beautiful in its own way. It's always great to discover new koi varieties, right? And one such koi variety which you should definitely look out for is the Tancho Koi. Tancho are, most closely translating to, red sun. Tancho Koi have a single red circle atop their head. Regardless of the exact variety of Tancho, this can be the only red on the entire fish, there must be no other red markings anywhere else. The position of the he, or red marking, is very important and should be well proportioned on just the head. The round red needs to cover as much area as possibly between its eye and nose, but without covering the eye or the nose. The edge must be sharp and the coloration must be deep red. The he should not spread to the shoulders or back, and the body and the white body should be free of any imperfections. On the head, and no other red on any part of the body. While the Tancho mark can appear in many different varieties of koi, the word Tancho, when used by itself, almost always references the Tancho Kohaku variety. Sell all types of Tancho for sale. Ideally, the Tancho mark should be a dark, vibrant red. The Tancho mark should be of a consistent hue and tone, and should not have any breaks or flaws inside the mark. The highest quality Tancho have a mark which covers as much of the head as possible without spreading onto the shoulders or down over the eyes. The edges of the Tancho mark are also very important, and should be very crisp and clean. While a perfectly circular Tancho mark is the most coveted and sought after shape, there are many other popular shapes, including diamond, oval, and heart-shaped. No matter what the shape of the Tancho mark, the left and right halves should be as close to perfectly symmetrical as possible. The body and the area of the head not covered by the Tancho mark should be a clean, crisp, milky white. Look out for any flaws, blemishes or scars on the body, as these will be very evident on a koi with a single color body, and will only become more evident as the koi ages and increases in size. Tancho are regarded in particularly high esteem in Japan due to their resemblance to the Japanese flag as well as to the red-crowned crane. This bird is also the koi's namesake, as Tancho is the Japanese name for the red-crowned crane. The Japanese flag is composed of a white banner with a crimson-red disc at the center which represents the sun. Officially, the Japanese flag is known as Nishoki, meaning the sun mark flag, but it's also called Hinomaru, which means the circle of the sun. The white color of the flag represents the honesty and integrity of the Japanese people. As for the crimson-red disc, it symbolizes the sun goddess Amaterasu, the ancestor of Japan's emperors and the mythical founder of Japan. This is why the country is called the Land of the Rising Sun, and also because Japan is located at the far east of the Asian continent. Soldiers received flags as lucky charms with a prayer to return safely from war, but the writings must never touch the sun disk at the center. This lucky charm was known as Hinomaru Yosegaki. Kamikaze pilots used a white headband with the red disc at the center that looks like this one on Amazon.
Nosedive their planes into the American fleet.
This headband is known as hachimaki and is still used today to encourage the person who wears it, as a symbol of effort and perseverance.
Now the Japs have finally put their mania for to a side to effective use.
The Tancho Koi is easily one of the most popular koi varieties in the world. Despite its simplicity, it's difficult not to be mesmerized by its muted beauty. It looks amazing on the sleek white backdrop. If you think about it, it really looks like the Japanese flag. What a great representation of its country of origin. The Tancho is the very picture of sophistication. But despite its utter simplicity, it is nowhere near boring. If anything, it surely stands out with its distinctive mark. It can be clearly seen from the surface of the pond. The red-crowned crane is the world's second rarest crane. It is a tall, graceful bird, which is mainly white with black lower wings. Males have black cheeks, throat, and neck, whilst in females these parts are pearly gray. An adult crane has a bare patch of skin on top of its bright red head. Its beak is olive green and its legs are black. Juvenile cranes are similar in appearance, though without the red crown and with black tips on their outer flight feathers. Red-crowned cranes communicate with each other during their courtship dance. They also have a call for contact, which tells other birds where they are. A chick's contact call sounds much louder and is more strident than an adult's. This helps to get attention when they are in distress. They are also able to communicate aggression by means of inflating the red caps on their heads. Red-crowned cranes are monogamous and form long pair bonds which they strengthen by the beautiful displays of dancing. The male and female also have a unison call that they produce before they begin their courtship dance. Tancho do not form a single, independent kind of nishikagoi. They all can be bred from Kohaku, Taisho Sanshoku or Showa Sanshoku. Their red patch happen to show up only in the head region. Tancho, therefore, cannot be produced in bulk even if you so wish. Because it just like happening, as random genes, more seems like a miracle. Even you breed a Tancho pair as parent fish, there's no guarantee that the offspring will have a perfect red spot on its forehead. What's more, the red spot isn't permanent. If the conditions are less than ideal, the red spot might eventually fade. Given the Tancho Koi's rarity, so it's not surprising that this breed is very expensive. If you do come across it, however, you will surely appreciate its beauty and how good it will look in your koi pond.